Every day has the potential for growth. Today I had an exciting day because my parents, they're Russian, I'm Russian. We, not hurrying somewhere, but by nationality, we're Russians. And both of them are in their 60s. My dad is, I think, 65, and my mom is just a few years younger. But yesterday they're like, hey, we want to start reading books in English. We need to get better at the language. We want to learn how to develop better relationships with our children. All of us are out of the house already, except for I came back here for a half year. And it's exciting. Change happens, and it's interesting how a little bit of encouragement can go an enormous way. Enormous way. So I just wanted to encourage you, and as today, we're going to be reading letters 201 through 210. So yeah, I'm finally in the 200s, and it's exciting. I'm excited. I hope this will be encouraging. Every day will and can bring us a step closer toward dreams. So, I hope this will be very encouraging to you, because every time I read them, they sure are to me. August 21st, 2013, letter 201. Again, all these letters were written in 2013, so I'm only going to say the month and the day. Dear friend, challenging people to a greater level of awareness is one of my life's passions. That's why this past June I committed to write 1,000 letters to random people across America. Every individual has infinite potential, and like a single seed like a single seed recreates itself thousands of times over. Many people told me that writing these letters is the biggest waste of time. I, on the other hand, see that in a truth. Sorry. On the other hand, misreading lines there. I, on the other hand, see that in a truth, I'm taking part in molding. Wow, this is what happens, guys. Live recording. On the other hand, I see that in truth, what I'm doing is taking part in molding our nation into something better than it was before. I write this letter to tell you, I believe in you. I believe in you and in your immense potential to create great things. You are the only barrier between you and your life mission and dreams. Be bold and have the courage to become what you dream of. This world needs more people to take possession of their dreams. And when you hit hard times, look at them as points of life testing you to help you rethink if what you're pursuing is what you truly want. Before I end, I'd like to challenge you to write a letter this week to one person who has impacted your life and send it off to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. August 21st, letter 202. Dear friend, it's interesting how little we people dream. To dream is to dare, and to dare is to live. A wise man once said, some people live 90 years, some live 1 year 90 times. Yesterday, I went to a friend's house to spend some time and have dinner and catch up. Since we see each other roughly once a year, we talk about a lot of different things. For the last few years, I talked about a lot of different things. For the last few years, I have asked him the same questions. What would you like to accomplish in life? Every year, including yesterday, I received the same answer. He says, I don't know. I went a step further and said, if money was no challenge and you knew you could not fail, what would you do? This time his face became as emotionless and as blank as I've ever seen it. Interestingly, this is how many treat this life. We've been given a chance of a lifetime to live on earth, use our hearts and minds to create absolutely anything. So the question goes to you. If you knew you could not fail and money was no issue, what would you do? Dare to dream. Be bold and courageous. You have what it takes to succeed. I believe in you. So believe in yourself and go out and achieve. Before I end, a challenge I leave to you for this week. Sit down and write a letter this week to one of your cousins who has impacted your life. And if you don't have cousins, to family members or friends. Tell them what they did for you and encourage them to continue. Then send it off. Live, Love and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. Sometimes I add filler in words here and there to make it clearer. August 21st, letter 203. Dear friend, it has been an interesting it has been an eternity since I have written to you last. Well, actually, a little more, and then some. Actually, I don't think I ever wrote you a letter. It is most likely that we never met. However, here you are reading a letter from me. And that's what I do. I write letters to people all over America to encourage and challenge them to act or plant new thoughts. Every time we choose to do something new, our minds expand into new horizons. There are times when we feel like giving up and giving in. I'd like to challenge you to look at hard times as tests which life sends your way to help you realize what you truly want. When you have hard times and you still want to continue on your path, that's how you know you're pursuing something that's worth your time. Be bold, have courage to try new things, be honest with yourself, and be kind to others. As I conclude this letter, I'd like to leave you a challenge. In the next week, set aside some time to write a letter to an old friend who has impacted your life. Encourage them to continue and send it off. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. August 24th. Took a few days break. 3 days. 3 days off. Letter 204. Dear friend, take care of how you think. I accidentally wrote thing. Think. Most people believe it's totally right to get frustrated or mad. And reacting like that, they feel better for a minute or two. However, the price you'll pay is so big. Rarely do people realize how detrimental negative thinking is to their life and how it is detrimental to everyone around them. The truth of the matter is that most of the time if you are fully honest, you'll learn quickly that 99% of the time you are mad because of yourself. So, then, once you realize this truth, you can finally take responsibility for your life. And once responsibility is fully in your hands, so is your ability to remain happy, joyful, and outgoing. As humans, we love ourselves more than anyone else in this world. That's why the process of learning to take responsibility for everything is such a challenge for people. And once you learn this skill, life will never be the same. At that point, you will own you. You will own you. Learn to take responsibility for everything in context. Be bold, have courage to change, for in doing so, you will empower others to do the same. There's so much more I want to write. However, I believe you got exactly what you can handle for now. Life is a series of small steps. Learn all you can about yourself. Before I end, I'd like to leave you with a challenge. In the next week, sit down and write a letter to a family member and tell them how they impacted your life. Encourage them and send it off to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. August 24th, letter 205. Dear friend, as I write this letter, I sit in a coffee shop, watching the sun take its position in the sky, with a warm cup of coffee in Madison, Connecticut. In a short time, I will be at the beach enjoying all it has to offer. Before I went out there, I wanted to write this letter to encourage you and challenge you to become the change you want to see happen in this world. In every one of us lays a sea of possibility to change, to become, to do, and to impact self and everyone around. The only person standing before you and between you and your dreams is, well, it's you. Be bold and have the courage to learn about yourself. Take the steps of change. Don't look back, but always strive for things ahead. Learn from the past, just leave it where it belongs. Without challenge, there is no change. Embrace the challenges of life. In life. Before I end this letter, I'd like to challenge you to sit down this week and write a letter to one person who has impacted your life. Tell them what they did for you in your life. Encourage them and send it off. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. August 25th, letter 206. Dear friend, Today is such a beautiful day. Today I stayed over some friend's house, woke up around 8, and took a 10-minute ride to the beach of Lynn, Massachusetts. Just when I thought the weekend could not get better, it only gets better and better. As a matter of fact, my life for the past few years is becoming more and more like a dream. Sure, I have my challenges just like everyone else. Yet living life with a dream to pursue is an experience on its own plane. And this is why I am writing you this letter. To challenge and encourage you to be bold and have the courage to find out who you are. Your personal desires, dreams, and goals are yours alone. Know thyself. It's a saying coined long before the Greeks made it popular. Most people do what they are told. I also wrote this letter to tell you that I believe in you. Your mission is to accomplish those very things placed in your heart. Go on and go fulfill your destiny. The only person who stands between you and your dreams is you. Learn from the past and always strive ahead. In conclusion, a challenge I leave to you for this weekend. Sit down and write a letter to someone who's impacted your life. Tell them how their life impacted yours. Encourage them and send it off. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. August 26th, letter 207. Dear friend, every one of us comes here to earth with a reason and a mission. However, today's society is very powerful at imposing itself on people. It seems like most people are living by another schedule. Not long ago, I decided to start writing letters encouraging people across America. A wise man once said, "The wealthiest place on earth are the cemeteries." So much undeveloped potential lays there. I write this letter to you to encourage and challenge you to be bold and courageous in finding your life mission, your dream. And pursue with all you have. Dare to live. Dare to experience life on new levels. In doing that, you will give the right to others to follow in the same steps of accomplishing their life goals. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do what lays deep in your heart. I believe in you. And when challenges rise up, just see them as a test and helping, guiding you to choose what you truly want out of life. I'd like to challenge you to set aside some time this week and write a letter to someone who has challenged you to grow beyond your comfort zone. Tell them how their actions impacted your life. Encourage them and send it out to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. August 26th, letter 208. It's going to start raining. It started raining here, so you just might hear a lot of water. Dear friend, in life, what you focus on is where your energy will go. So, through the law, what you think about most is what will come about into your life. For example, a few months ago, I planned on going to a beach in the summer. I called my friend to tell him he should come with me. In response, he said that someone else told him that the beach was nasty and rocky. In response, I told him that it did not matter, and that I would go there, and no matter that no matter what would happen, I would have the time of my life. Fast forward to this weekend. We went to that beach, and guess what? Sure, the beach was rocky. However, we had the time of our life. On our way back, both of us realized or concluded that it was one of the better, if not one of the best weekend vacations on record. The reason I share this story with you is because in life, everything is a matter of perspective. All it takes to go from zero to hero is a simple shift in perspective. Likewise, it is the same with our life ambitions and dreams. Most people fall into the category where they think pursuing a dream is not worthwhile its pursuit. I write this letter to encourage you and challenge you that you have the boldness and courage to step up and stand out to levels you never dreamed of. I believe in you. You have what it takes to achieve your dreams. I believe in you. Before I go, I'd like to challenge you to set aside some time this week to write a letter to a friend who has impacted your life. Tell them how awesome they are. Encourage them and send it off. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. August 26th, letter 209. Dear friend, in life, it is easier to observe than to focus. It is easier to have someone entertain us than to use our imagination. It is easier to spend than to save. It is easier to be amused than to be a muse. However, easier is usually not better. I'd like to challenge you to remember your dreams. Times when you used to dream big. Be bold and courageous. Use your imagination and write out your big dreams. Put them under your pillow every night and sleep on them. Create, imagine, create, and become. Become who you were meant to be, and your lifelong dreams are your guide to what you should pursue. I believe in you. So believe in yourself and go, be, and create. This world awaits for people like you to achieve. Believe and you will achieve. I surely believe in you and your abilities. You have been equipped with everything that you need to become the success this world so excitedly awaits. By becoming your dreams, you will empower many others to do that much and much more. I'd like to challenge you to set aside some time this week and write a letter to one person who has greatly impacted your life. Tell them what their actions have done for you. Encourage them and send it off to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. For the final letter today, August 26th, letter 210. Dear friend, have you ever thought about why you think the thought that you think about? Think about it. Our thoughts guide our actions, and our actions are lifestyles which dictate who we become in all spheres of life. It is amazing how a simple thought can transform a person's life. Thoughts are silent words, and words hold great power over our lives. As it is said, for in the tongue lays the power of life and the power of death. Choose life. By choosing life, you will inevitably have to choose words which give and produce life. Most people simply go through the motions of surviving day to day and never experience life, only to get to the grave and wonder why they never lived. In this letter, I'd like to challenge and encourage you to be different. I'm not sure where you are in life and at what point you're at. Regardless of that, I'd like to say, be bold and courageous. Choose to follow your dreams. Those inner longings to achieve great things and demand greatness out of life. Be bold and courageous. Choose to follow your dreams. Those inner longings to achieve great things and the things that demand greatness out of you. I believe in you. Dare to dream and dare to become. The world and I anticipate your achievements eagerly. Before I end this letter, I'd like to challenge you to write a letter to a couple who has impacted your life. Tell them how their life impacted yours. Encourage them to shine and send it off to them. Live, love, and hug everyone you love as long as you live. Your random friend, Alexei Katko. That wraps up today's reading of these 10 letters. I hope they were encouraging to you. If you know who needs some encouragement, send them this link, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. I wish you an awesome day.